Well, hello everyone in first year ECE in sections 2 and section 4. Welcome to this latest podcast. We will be covering the weeks of April 23rd and April 30th. So, if you have not already done so, please go and get your calendar or your agenda or your phone or your paper where you are listing all of your assignments, and let's dive right in, shall we? Let's first of all look at the week of April 23rd. The first thing that I would like to bring to your attention is that the presentations on Tuesday mornings in the lab with the children are ongoing for your play course. So if you haven't already had your turn, I hope you're excited, and I hope that you are prepared and have assembled everything that you need to be ready to go on those Tuesdays. Franca also reminds everybody that it is important to attend the labs even when you're not presenting in play so that you can give feedback to your fellow students. You, if you have already had your turn, have benefited from feedback from your peers. So it's time to do your own civic duty, attend those play labs, observe what's going on, and then give some helpful feedback to your fellow students. All right, Franca is also advertising two upcoming topics in the play course. The first one is the topic of outdoor play, and the second is the whole subject of gender differences in play. So two very important and very interesting topics in play. So stay tuned for those coming up, and keep up with your readings as well. In the safety course on Tuesday, April 24th, your safety presentations will be happening and your paper is due. So that's a big day in safety, Tuesday, April 24th. Also on Thursday, April 26th, in your sociology class, your case study presentations will be happening, and those are worth 15% of your final grade. On that same day, in my health course, the last three groups, so that's group 4, 5, and 6, will be leading their snack prep assignment. So make sure you're ready for that. That is worth 20% of your final grade. And remember, of course, that the children must attend in order for groups to get full marks. And if you do not attend, there will be dire consequences. So it's important to be there, even if you're not leading, on Thursday, April 26th in my health course. All right, and then on Friday, Carmelina would just like to remind you again that attendance is mandatory for your first aid sessions if you would like to become qualified in first aid, which you do. All right, let's look at the week of April 30th. The first thing I have is that on Tuesday, May 1st, Carmelina needs you to bring to class your Wellbeings textbook and the first aid manual. So that is an important reminder there. Put that on your calendar. On Thursday in my health course, Thursday, May 3rd, we will look at the topic of mental health, both for children. Could be some surprises there, stuff you might not have thought about, and very important, mental health for educators as well. So that's an important class. To prepare for that, please read chapter 2 and chapter 12 in our Wellbeings textbook. Short chapters, but very important readings there. And of course, again, on Friday, the 4th of May, attendance at your first aid class is mandatory. All right, here is a tip for this point in the semester. We are in the home stretch, people, so and because we are in the home stretch, some of your fellow students might be thinking about asking for a peer tutor. There's exams coming up, final assignments, and so some of your fellow students are needing a little bit of extra support. And so I would ask you to consider becoming a peer tutor. If you do, you will get a huge golden trophy. No, that part's not true, but you will get money. You get paid for being a peer tutor. You're looking at about a 1 to 2 hour per week commitment, and I'm pretty sure you make $12 an hour, so nice little bit of cash there. Of course, the person that you tutor will be so happy and will give you a big hug. This is very helpful to students who struggle in some of their classes. And you can also accept the grateful thanks of your ECE teachers. Peer tutoring is an important part of our program. So if you are interested in looking into that, send me a Mayo and I will give you more information. And thanks for even thinking about it. All right, as usual, you can post your comments about this or any podcast on YouTube. You can read a full transcript by clicking on transcript underneath the video. And as always, stay tuned for the next announcement, because that will mean that a new podcast is ready to go. That's it for me. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks. Bye.